Hi guys, so today we're going to be doing a bit of baking and today we're making cherry cake. The recipe I'm using is from the Jane Asher's Beautiful Baking book, and I will leave the full recipe written out in the description. And your ingredients are 4 medium-sized eggs, 125 grams of butter, 125 grams of sugar, 200 grams of premium self-raising flour. But if you're a peasant like me, you can just use normal self-raising flour. And for some cherries, glazed cherries, not real cherries. And to decorate, you will need for the utensils, you will need a mixing bowl, a wooden spoon or a metal one will do, a loaf tin, a sieve, things to measure. You don't have to have these, you can just use normal teaspoons. And this is completely optional, a cake slice. Okay, the first step, it says preheat the oven to 180 degrees or 165 fan assisted, which is mine. Done. Then it says wash the glazed cherries off with the hot water, then dry well and cut each in half. I now have my bowl of hot water. I'm going to put it down and just drop some of the cherries in here. Okay guys, so my glazed cherries are now finished. Let's see if I can get it over here. Can you see? They've been soaking for a little while and all the glaze is now completely off them as they insisted. And so you now need to dry them thoroughly by getting a piece of kitchen roll, and then having one piece down to put them on and then the other to dry. So take about 3 or 4 at a time. Phone. Oh, if we're going to eat them, not in a cake, leave the glaze on. Ugh, that's actually disgusting. And are now completely dry, so I can cut them in half on my new Tiger chopping board. How cool is it, right? I think I might need to get a sharper knife, to be honest. Can't kill a cherry with this. I need to dry a couple more. So I'm just going to go cut them in half roughly. It doesn't really matter because they're going to be thrown on the cake. Make sure you leave about 5 for decoration afterwards. But dry those as well, just don't cut them. If I were you, I would leave your best ones. I'm going to do that because on the top they're just going to be sat there on top of the glaze icing, so it might just be easier. And then for your cherries, for decoration, get another 2 sheets of kitchen roll and just wrap them up really tightly in there so they'll dry, and then you can just leave them preserved until you next need them, which is going to be a little while. So, the next step is to put the flour in the bowl, add the cherries and mix them gently until they are well coated. So, the flour, yeah, it's like perfect cup shape. We meant to sieve this. We didn't say sieve, so if you forgot to sieve it like me, don't bother, but either way. Now add the cherries, and it says mix gently so you don't squash any cherries. In the end it should look something like that. So when you pick up a lump of it, you can barely see the cherries in it. Okay. Next step In a separate bowl, cream the butter and the sugar until very pale and fluffy. Then add the eggs, beating them in well, a little at a time. Okay. Thought I'd go with one of these. Shit. Sugar. Butter. There we go. Get a metal spoon, because if you're like me, you would have run out of wooden spoons by now. And just cream together the butter and the sugar. Now most people wait until it's like all nice and mixed together to be tempted to eat it. I'm tempted to eat it right now. Okay guys, so after it's all creamed together and finished, you must add one egg at a time and beat it little by little. So you could just do it in a separate cup, but I think it would just be easier to just do one egg at a time. Something like that, I think. It now says, it's wet, it says add the flour and the cherries to that, but I think I might add that to that. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I don't know. Oh no, actually, I just put it in here, it'll just be easier. It also said, guys, add a splash of milk if it's dropping consistency, so we'll have to have a look. Okay, guys, so we now need to get greaseproof paper or parchment paper. Got it. So you just need to get your tip, put it over it like this, press it down, and really you should see if it fits to get some scissors. You need to get some butter. Just get it on your fingers, a tiny bit, and just rub it on the pan. So it's like that, all greasy. You then need to wash your hands. Okay guys, my cake is now cool enough. It has taken about an hour to cool. So if you just want to test it, just get a tiny bit of glaze icing, just put it on the side. If it runs, it's too hot. So get a bit of your glaze icing, give it a good stir first. Get a bit of it on your spoon and just basically drizzle it from side to side. Put in a nice amount. So it's in strips.
Smell it?
I was talking to the camera. Just go over it a couple of times. Alright?
Yeah. Is it alright to speak or not?
Is it?
Alright to speak?
Yeah, I'll just put it right. Okay guys, I went and finished it off by adding some glazed cherries and glazed icing over. Yeah. So there'll be some pictures just on the screen right now. So if you would like to create this, I will write out the recipe in full in the description. And thanks for watching. Use the hashtag BaconWithMunchie if you recreate it or if you have any suggestions. So yeah, bye.